Hello, dear viewer. Back for another beer review, eh? Well, come to the right place. We're going to be doing one from the southeast, from the Beer 52 box. Unfortunately, that's the last I'm going to use that for because, number one, there's no article on Fore, which is the brewery in question, but also the tasting notes aren't in there either. So it's useless for my videos. Thank you very much, Beer 52. Well, I say that in jest. But anyway, the beer we are doing today is called Bermondsey Nightbus, which is a chocolate stout, it says, at 5%. And it's by Fore Brewery, who are in Bermondsey, I believe, anyway, London. Let's see if we can get it to focus on here. Oh, it's a bit of a shiny one, shiny. But basically, this is the homage to the N1, the Nightbus home. Slice of really nice, profound conversation, total chats, blah, 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 blah. Essentially, this beer is about absolutely getting hammered, probably in central London, getting the N1 bus. Anyone that's lived in London or surrounding areas, actually, no, the night buses are really handy to get home, especially after sort of midnight, 1 o'clock. If you're out late, the night bus is absolutely perfect. Usually accompanied by a walk afterwards. But yeah, this is pretty good. Now, dear viewer, Fore is kind of the brewery anyway, is based on the four key tenets of beer: water, malt, hops, yeast. The Rhine Hotskobot doesn't have to be that way, but Fore has tried to keep it real, and they're saying that they're only really going to be using those main ingredients, although I'm pretty sure, yes, it does say on here. So I don't know if it'll focus on that red sort of stripe. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, don't know if you can see there. Come on. Why won't this blooming thing focus? There we go. Barley and oats. So this definitely has oats in it this time. But as a stout, why not? It even says, is that the Lover Bond unit over here? Whoops, where is it? 15 or 150? 151. Oh no, that's calories. Jesus Christ. It's telling us calories in there. I thought it was the Lover Bond, how dark the beer was and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, never mind. Right, I've been sitting on this one for a while, so I'm going to open it very slowly and carefully. Not that it's a Welsh beer, but just because I don't like it jizzing all over my trousers, as beers have been known to do in the past. Anyhow, whoop, look, there you go. If I'd opened that a tad more violently, that would have been everywhere. But as is, just on the can. Right, we've got the tulip once more. And let's go for a pour. There we go. We've got a lot of room because this is a small can, so I can afford to be a little bit aggressive. Wow. I should have done that first, shouldn't I? And then maybe put it on the thing. Is that going to be upside down? Oh, we'll do one of these today because I like doing these with the larger. When you get a large head, I quite like that. Look, at least 2 fingers, not quite 3, but that is a huge head. Wow. Getting a bit of fruit off this bad boy. Fruit. I'm getting leather as well. And spice, like licorice, like allspice, that kind of stuff. Really interesting, really dark and sort of like gnarly. And this has got some hops in there which are kind of unique. So I'm looking over here. So I've done my research for a change, dear viewer. SARS hops and Magnum hops, which are, well, the Magnum not so much, but the SARS is a noble hop, Czechoslovakian hop. Yeah, and Magnum is predominantly known as a bittering hop, so kind of generic hops, I guess. Oh, let me show you the head. Look at that. Big, massive, fluffy, fluffy bubbles. Right, there they are. You might even see a few popping up along the side of the glass, maybe not. Colour-wise, really black, but just at the bottom here, definitely got a reddish hue. So, although this is a porter, it's not jet black, like a Guinness or something. It's a sort of really, really dark, rich red. Absolutely cool. Right, let us dive in, dear viewer. So, yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to be really dark and evil and that kind of stuff. Let's dive into it anyway. Cheers and beers, guys. Ooh, ooh, triple whammy. Ooh, I'm liking that. So, that went through many different things. All dark, all to do with the malts. The hops, not getting so much. But as I was drinking, I was getting a nice chocolate, kind of like drinking chocolate kind of thing. Not obscenely sweet, but a tiny bit of sweetness there too. And as soon as I actually stopped drinking and closed my mouth and flushed my whole mouth with the beer, I got hit by coffee. And it was sort of dark roast coffee. Then I got some fruit, dark kind of fruit cake, yeah, kind of thing, like a cake that would have marzipan on the top, but I wasn't getting that marzipan taste. It was just the red kind of fruits, the raisins, the cherries, the plums, all that kind of nice mixture, like a plum duff, which I have said before. And then I then got a different kind of coffee. I got a more sort of after dinner coffee, um, with sweetness to it. So like not like an espresso, but like a filter coffee, but you've definitely put a sugar in it. You got that sweet kind of thing. Um, yeah, so two different types of coffee, some chocolate and some dark fruits in there too. Really, really nice. Mouth feel, I was worried that this was going to be a bit watery, but it wasn't. It was more sort of it wasn't thick either. It was kind of average in the middle of the mouthfeel. And that's not surprising considering it's got a bit of oats in it. It gives it a bit of oomph, a bit of stuff to kind of, not quite chew on, but definitely there's unctuousness to it. And then you've also got the creaminess. So maybe the after dinner coffee was one of those kind of filter with, what do they call it? A cream coffee. I can't remember what they're called. Um, where you have a coffee with cream as opposed to milk. Um, Interesting, very interesting. The other thing, dear viewer, is not much lacing today. Nothing sticking on the side of the glass. But if you look, it's got that resinous, oily kind of thing when you, let me try this without pouring it everywhere. So if you go like that and then go back again, you see it's sort of oily, sticking to the side of the glass, but not staying. It will fall out. Um, Something that whiskey does as well, if you're a whiskey connoisseur, if you swirl a whiskey, often it kind of stays at the side and then drips down of the glass, which is apparently a good sign of whiskey. Let's go in for some more. Wow, almost caned it all then. Oh, a bit more bitterness now. We've moved on to kind of, yeah, more bitter chocolate. That kind of one that all the vegans like, you know, that real dark bitter chocolate that's got 95% cacao, but it's a touch too bitter for my tastes. And due to the diabetes um, and the cancer as well, I shouldn't really be drinking or having as much sugar. Definitely shouldn't really be having chocolate at all. Probably shouldn't be having beer, but fuck it. You've got to have something in your life, haven't you? And I've chosen beer. Um, yeah, it's that chocolate that's dark, the vegan's friend. I always think of it. And I don't really like dark chocolate, I have to say. Of my favourites, milk chocolate, absolutely brilliant. Swiss chocolate, my absolute favourite. And if you can't find anything like that, the dear old Mars bar is pretty damn good as well. I know, you shouldn't really like those kind of things, but I like them. Right, let's polish this thing off and let you guys get back to whatever you were doing. Oh, oh, that's interesting. The last taste there was not of the bitter chocolate. I was back to the coffee again. So it was a bit smoother, that last mouthful. Really interesting. I was talking to some of the friends from the Kent tasting panel, of which I belong to now. So any beers that come from Kent, um, I will have drunk them, and I will have done tasting notes for you on them via the Camera website. If you go on there, um, all of the beers are now going to be tasted by me and my buddies. There's probably about 12, 15 of us, I guess now. Um, we're drinking all the Kent beers to get scores for things like um, cask beer of the year. Anyway, that's camera politics. I don't usually talk about that on this channel, but that's what I do my spare time when I'm not drinking. I'm doing more drinking, but it's all cask beer. So I guess Fore Pure probably don't count because they're not. It's not live beer. It's not cask beer. But what I can do is use the tools that I gleaned as doing some of their training courses and stuff, and use that to improve my beer judging and my beer my beer reviews, so you guys can appreciate it. Now, if you want to discover what I'm doing next, why not click like, click subscribe, all that kind of stuff I'm constantly telling everyone. And when I can be bothered to look at the analytics, most people haven't actually subscribed. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel. It really does make a difference. That is not a bad beer at all. I have had better, I have had worse. This, I guess, is going to be in the style of a kind of oatmeal stout. But I'd say it's not quite a stout either. It's kind of getting there, but it's more a porter, I'd say, this one. But definitely seek it out because I think that's quite good. And if you have drunk this beer, why not let me know in the comments down below what you thought. So this is the Nightbus by Fore Pure. There will be more beer reviews coming soon. Until then, dear viewer, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and while you're doing that, why not remember to drink some beer?